If you're wanting to create an income to where it gives you the ability to go and do something else without having to worry about finances, that's what a digital storefront business can do for you.
Hey, attention, aspiring and struggling online entrepreneurs. Discover how the DSE offer system allowed a room full of strangers, from newbies to grizzled veterans, to walk away with $15K in new business in just one afternoon with nothing more than a Wi-Fi connection. Hey, I'm Cory Long. I'm sitting here actually in my RV right now. Literally 6 years ago, I set out to establish a business that would allow me to go and minister, go and serve other people, to go do things that we didn't have the time or ability to do because I was having to work a job. I got into this business model specifically because of that. I wanted something that I could do while I was on the road, while I had Wi-Fi. I joined a program 6 years ago and kind of started learning the basics, bought 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 other programs over the years. Through all of that growing, I was in a program that I have since left. And so now that's what I do. I teach and train. Over time, we've built our own agency. We have a thriving agency now. All of my employees are pretty much remote. We still have offices in San Angelo, Texas, but we're remote. I travel full time. My wife and I travel in a fifth wheel. We go where we want and we help serve. And just wanted to give you a little bit of background on who I am and what I'm doing. So let me tell you a little bit about the program, right? About kind of what you're looking at right now while looking at this video. Let me ask you, what if you could get $1,000 of that $10,000 kitchen that Ken, the Kitchen Pro, is installing down the street, right? Or maybe $500 of that $5,000 driveway, that the concrete that's being laid by Chad, right, that he's working on. Or any piece of deal in nearly any industry in any U.S. city that you can think of. I mean, literally, we have accounts all the way across the United States and in other countries. Would you be interested in that? Would that be something that you would see as, yeah, I could take a piece of that, right? Because this isn't a theory or an idea on how to make money online. This is working literally right now. Let me give you some examples. Alan, he actually came to an event we had not too long ago. Things are going awesome. Less than 24 hours, he has 17 leads in his pipeline. Close the deal, 500 up front, 10% on the back end. 2 out of the 3 leads are interested. Probably will be closing them on Monday. I mean, this stuff is happening and working literally right now. Alan actually lives in Mexico and actually does this from Mexico in the U.S. So he's not only doing this remotely, he's doing this from another country, right? And so not only him, Brian Carpenter has a successful agency, actually works with mortgage and real estate guys. He has over 500 members in another group that he has. He joined this because he was like, look, I want some passive recurring income. I want stuff that I don't have to go run Facebook ads all the time. I don't have to go do all of these other things that are going on. And I want to be able to run that and do that from wherever I'm at, whenever I'm at there, and be able to basically do. They landed first $500 deal, 10% rev share, and the second one's paying tomorrow. And I know for a fact these guys are already ramping up. I've already talked to them. They're already landing new deals constantly. They've already started bringing in extra staff and other things to help. So it's kind of cool to kind of see what's happening with all that. Not only is that just a couple of examples, but that's just a few, right? Here's another one. Aaron, he's an SEO guru. He's been around, and we met in 2017. He's been around doing all kinds of different things. He's worked with drug rehab centers doing SEO, medical community, does a lot of stuff with the medical community, but he's been around a long time. And he sold his first DSF site not too long ago, back on April 2nd, 1,000 down, 10% profit share, remodeling custom homes. Remember that, April 2nd, 2020, right in the middle of all the pandemic and all the mess that's kind of going on, right? Stick with me until the end, and I'm going to show you actually how this stuff works and how to make sure you get paid your cut, right? Plus, I'm going to show you how you can get the digital storefront created for you for free. We want to give you every opportunity that we can. We want to give you every advantage that we can, every time that we can, to make sure that things are going along right. So now imagine you're driving down the street, you see a roofing company, and deciding, hey, I wouldn't mind getting $500 to $1,000 for every roof they install. Some of these guys, they're putting roofs on almost in a day to 2 days. So you stroll in with the DSE offer system, what we teach, and they happily give you a cut of their business. Not only that, they pay you $500 to $1,000 upfront as a signing bonus, right? We not only get money on the back end, we get money on the front end too, so that we actually have that upfront signing bonus money. And no, you don't have to start installing kitchens, roofs, concrete. You don't have to do any of the work, right? You don't even have to get up from behind your computer. Meanwhile, you're getting paid while they're waking up at the crack of dawn to endure another day of back-breaking labor, right? You're not having to do any of it. Just doing it from behind the computer, just like me, sitting in the RV, right? If that's interesting to you, then you'll love the DSE offer system. This is a system that's put together really simply. It's so simple. It's perfect for anyone who's been struggling to build an online business or for anyone just getting started, right? So whether you're a beginner or whether you've been doing this for a while and you want to add something different, just like some of the guys I just showed you a minute ago, they've been doing things for SEO, Facebook ads. They've been doing things for a while. They needed something different for passive income. Even better, it can be done in just a few hours per week, so you can easily do this alongside a 9-to-5 or an existing online business. So how? We're going to cut away all of the extra junk that people are teaching in order to build an online business. We're not going to go through all of the rigmarole, right? Let me give you an example, right? You probably have seen something that looks like this. We call it the marketing entanglement method, right? It's got all of these things where they put, yeah, this guy goes here and this goes there, and you got this email, and you got to have these landing pages, and you got to have all these different sequences, and look at all these different traffic sources, and they all come in. That is not what we do. That is not what we do at all. Man, I just want to make a stable income online, right? I'm not trying to be Jeff Bezos over here, right? Just because he's been able to do all that mess and do all that, I don't know about you, but I don't have time to do all that. And honestly, I don't know that I'm smart enough to do all that kind of stuff. I found a system that works way simple. Plus, what they're not telling you is that the process is so nuanced that one word, right? One word on a sales page can increase conversions by 200%. I don't have the time to figure out the one word that's going to increase conversions. I want to be able to go serve. I want to be able to do other things, right? Changing just the format of a form. Same questions, increase conversion by 40%. Again, not my gift, not my thing. It's not what we teach. Moving a form below the fold, right, so that it pops right up, right? The opposite of what's taught, increase conversions by 302%. These are all actual stats from somebody that I know that does this, right? That's not what we do, nor is it what we want to do. Way too complicated for me and what I would want to do, right? So here's the deal. Here's the good news, right? There's a far simpler and faster route to success. So imagine you were stranded in the desert for 12 hours, blazing, unrelenting, heat beating down on your back. Your throat and tongue feel like sandpaper, hurts even to swallow. And then, in a life-saving moment, right, a man comes up to you, offers you a tall, cold glass of water. What would you do? Would you ask him how much, or is that mineral water? No, you'd give them every penny you have just for a chance to even take a sip. That's a perfect offer to the perfect market. When your offer is as close to that scenario as possible, all the fancy stuff isn't needed at all. Here's the thing. Millions of business owners are in that desert every day, dying for more business. With the DSE offer, you're the cold glass of water saying, how about I send you business? And you only pay me when you get paid. Does that sound fair? In fact, owners are proven to love this deal so much that one of our students even says that roughly 50 to 75% of business owners who presents this to are on it like white on rice.
Well, I don't lead with that because obviously I'm wanting to lock them in at a flat fee and because I know what we do provides value. I use that as kind of like a plan B. I have the utmost confidence in my like what I do, and I know I'm going to get you results. So what I'll do is instead of charging $1,000 a month, you pay the setup fee, and then we'll do 10% of revenue share for the first 3 months or 4 months or whatever I think would be a good fit. If I present that as a plan B, probably 50 to 75% when I'm actually able to pitch it.
So it's simply too good to pass up. And get this, we designed this offer for one specific reason. On March 12th, 2020, I ended up hosting a live event. We brought a whole bunch of people to Dallas to basically do business, right? To make some money, right? Right on the cusp of the COVID-19 heating up. Like literally, we were trying to decide whether we were going to have the event or not. When the majority of fear and uncertainty had gripped the nation, like right when it all started. As you can guess, not at the time that business owners are exactly thinking of spending money. We have an event. Really smart, right? Really smart. Roughly 30 people had paid hundreds, in some cases thousands, of dollars to be sitting in that room. Kind of crazy, right? All to close deals and walk away with more money than they showed up with, all looking to us for a solution. Instead of throwing our hands up in the air and saying, okay, everyone, let's just talk about what we would be doing if everything was okay, we had a responsibility to people who had paid to come to this event. And that weighed heavily on us, right? Once you get to know us, you'll know it's no man left behind. And that's the truth. Anyway, we went into the war room, me and the team, basically went into the war room and said, we got to figure this thing out, and devised the DSE offer system on the spot. We literally cranked this thing out the day of the event. It was so effective. Business owners were eating it up during the pandemic that it generated 15K plus worth of new business for the attendees that day. Like, we know of business that was even closed the following week. We had one guy that closed 10K by himself of brand new business out of the offer that we had made at the event. Remember, they didn't know the offer existed just 24 hours before they started selling it. This wasn't something they had time to think about or do any of that. Yet within hours, they were closing deals. That's the craziness of what went on with that.
So I've been going to these events for a few years, and every single time I walk away with a brain explosion of like new knowledge and new skill sets.
I do this every event. I'm going to continue to do it every event because it works. You need to go live this morning to your Facebook page. You need to tell them, I'm at an event, I've got a sales competition, and I need your help. All right, I don't want to take any more time. Any phone calls between now and 4 o'clock, any deals that you close, hit one of us up, let us know.
Incredible value, incredible networking, just a really top-notch event.
I am actually completely new to all of this, but I have just been wowed at the amount of knowledge and support that they have given me.
Cory, Rob, Bobby were readily available to answer whatever questions we had pertaining to our particular situation. Just one strategy could potentially save us $12,000, $15,000.
I just can't recommend this training enough. It takes you from ground zero and it walks with you through all levels of your journey and gives you lots of tools in your toolbox to work with.
The event wrapped up. Everyone went home buzzing. It was kind of nuts. We started seeing success rate like crazy. Here's why this matters to you. We immediately figured out how to replicate that live event and do it all online, every bit of it online, with a mixture of platforms that make it as effective as the live event, but from the comfort of your own home, right? Which everybody wants to be able to do an online business for their own home, just like me sitting here right now, right? Simply planning the exact training, methods, scripts, offer, all in the member's hands. It actually worked. Mark, he was just posted here, just closed number 2, $500 down and 10%. 2 more should close by week's end. Mark is telling me that he's closing deals like he's never closed before. He's not a sales guy. That is not his gift. He would rather sit behind the computer. He's an old military vet, worked in submarines, great guy, great family, just wants to be able to help his family. And that's what he's able to do now, right? Gene, boom, 500 plus 10%. I know Gene for a fact was struggling because he was trying to figure out, how do I go from being a waiter to actually doing this online business? He let me know today he closed a 5-site deal. He just closed a 5-site deal today on our call. He was just all giddy about it. Awesome for him to be able to change his life. He went from being a waiter to being laid off to basically having his own online business now, making way more than he ever made it. Dylan, and this is one of the guys that sent our sales challenge. Hey guys, just wanted to post a win. Just closed contractor, $500 down, and we'll be able to renegotiate rev share as we go. He's closing deals, right? Never had done this before. Never actually sold any of this before. Glenn is a worship pastor by trade. He doesn't sell. He doesn't do any. He's never built a website until he started this. He sold a home remodeling site just now, $200 in 30 days, 10% on all the jobs. I know for a fact, I talked to him in our meeting this morning too, or in our webinar. The dude's closing deals. He had a call during our webinar. Justin, have a couple of concrete guys who's on 500 setup and 10% share and working and closing a realtor. He is literally getting upfront money plus closed deals. I know for a fact Justin was one of the guys laid off through all this mess. He had a really good job doing sales, got laid off through this. He's already recouped almost his whole income within about a month. And due to the massive success of the system, special offers being rolled out to the public. We've never done this before because we only literally started this whole process at this event. That's when we started this whole process. And this is for the first time ever. We didn't do that, right? So if you're interested in running with this model, the business owners are proven to love, allowing you to create a portfolio of equity deals that you have equity in, right? Roofing company in Houston, maybe a kitchen installer in Boston, concrete company in Portland, maybe a pole installation guy down in Miami, maybe a drywaller down in Seattle or up in Seattle, right? You just keep stacking the deals. We did 10 deals in New Jersey within 12 days, all just back to back, boom, 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 boom. right? Just stack the deals. Just keep stacking the deals. So you have two options. You could go out and try to learn this all on your own. You could try to figure out how to craft the DSE offer system for yourself, figure out how to create the digital storefront so they generate as many qualified leads as possible, and then try and figure out how to get as many people to your digital storefront as possible, which could take hundreds of hours, thousands of dollars, and even years to figure out. Or you could tap into a proven system, plug into 3 proven professionals. Let me give you an idea of who the team is. Bobby Stocks. The reason I know Bobby is because I did exactly what I'm asking you to do, which is invest in yourself. I actually invested in Bobby's training years ago when I was trying to learn Facebook ads because he was the best guy I knew that was doing it. He's been running paid ads since 2012. He spends roughly $250K a month on ads. That is a lot of money. He's collected 400 to 500,000 leads over that time. Not only that, but he drives 125,000 clicks, eyeballs every single month to his offers. That's huge, huge. He's also a 2-time 2 Comma Club award, and he's good. Probably more than likely this year, he's going to collect 2 more of those. So then he'll be a 4-time 2 Comma Club award, all because the guy's just a genius at Facebook ads. That's why we teamed up. That's why we partnered. Rob is like one of those guys. He is literally the silent GOAT. You don't see him a lot. He's in some of the trainings. He comes on and does some hot seats and different things. But this guy is a genius at sales, marketing processes. He's been in sales and marketing for nearly 2 decades. Coached many of the top gurus in the marketing today. Helped countless people go from 0 to 6, even 7 figures. Bobby's very first marketing mentor. And Cody Baker said of Rob.
One time when I talked to you back then, it was like 2.5, 3 years ago. And you were like, it's just the framework. If I can teach you the framework, you'll take it and run with it and create new stuff that I'll never be able to tell you. And that's exactly what's happened. Now that I understand like the framework of business, the different ways you can structure business, a business in general, now it's just like getting creative. That was the biggest thing, was like now it's, back end structure and optimization and all of that. And the framework of that stuff allows your mind to kind of just open up. Yes. and get super creative with whatever it is that you have going on and how you can maximize those things.
So here's the deal with Rob. I've been on sales calls with Rob. I've been amazed at what he's been able to do, even knowing what I know as a sales guy for years and years. So I love having these 2 guys on my team and having these 2 guys partnered in this training program. They're teaching, they're training, they're helping, they're guiding, they're directing. So normally when you buy a training program, you get 1 trainer, right? You're going to get 3. Those 2 guys, and then you get me, right? We've actually built a 7-figure digital storefront business. We've had $45,000 a month clients. We've built sites that ranked around the world, that ranked in multiple countries. We've had 300 locations in just 1 account, right? So I got started with this program just like this 5 years ago. So we got started in it. I became the head coach for the past program, 5,000 students plus. Due to the results I was getting, we even had a month of 6-figure profit. But a 6-figure profit month in our business is kind of unheard of. Became more successful doing this than the actual business owner. And so we struck out on our own because I didn't like the way things were being ran. So here's what I'm going to tell you. What I've seen over time is that most programs, most times, the owner, the trainer, the guys that are actually doing the program have stopped doing the work. They're no longer in the agency anymore. They're no longer in the business. They're no longer in the trenches. They're no longer doing it day to day. I made more money in my agency last month than I made training last month, but I love training because I can go in and I can really concentrate on the students. That's the 3 of us. All 3 of us are like, let's see as many people as we can get to as much money as we can possibly get to their goals, right? Like I did my weekly webinar this morning. I taught a high-level backlinking strategy that nobody else is teaching, which is great because I'm doing this in my agency. So as my agency, as we do it, we teach it. Totally unusual. That is different than most of the market that is out there for training programs. So you have the same opportunity to do the same exact thing that these people, these other students are coming in and learning how to do, right? Giving you the confidence to go out, present this to business owners in ways that get you an easy yes, even if you're absolutely horrendous at sales. And then begin using our traffic system to pump as many leads into the digital storefront as possible, increasing your 10% cut by 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, or even more. I know guys that are getting $8,000 to $10,000 checks from some of the niches that they're doing inside of our program. 1 check for 1 job that was completed, that came through their website, that was sent to the contractor, the business owner. Right? So that's what we do inside the Digital Storefronts coaching and mentoring program. So let me show you kind of how this breaks out. You get a list of industries that are proven to generate big ticket sales, maximizing your 10% cut. Just like I was saying, the guys are getting 8 to 10K on some of the deals, the back end on some of these deals. Not only that, but these list of industries, these niches that I'm going to teach you, these are niches that are proven that even through all of this COVID jump, they're not going anywhere. These guys were still staying busy. We were still collecting money. It affected my business very minimally through all of this shutdown because all of our businesses were essential. They were all essential businesses, right? And then we're going to teach you how to create a digital storefront to generate most of the most amount of high quality buyer leads possible, even if you're terrible with computers. You don't have to really be a genius with anything to be able to do this, because I am not. I'm not a techie. I am about a stick figure graphic guy. That is not my gift. And yet I build these. The one that's in the training, I built. It gets leads. So you do not have to have any kind of major tech skills to be able to do this, right? Our personal strategy is to get your digital storefront glued to the front page of Google, the best source of buyer leads online within weeks. Look, honestly, organic leads are going to be way better than any other lead that you can get. We're going to teach you how to get it glued there. I've got sites that I haven't touched in years because we don't have to. Once we've got them built, once we've got the authority there, once we've got the ranking there, we do not have to touch the sites again. Makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Top Expert reveals his entire system generating sub $10 leads in nearly any local industry using paid ads. Again, we talked about Bobby Socks here a minute ago. The dude's a genius at this stuff. That's why we wanted to partner on this. I knew he could bring something into this. Nobody else is teaching. Nobody else is teaching how to use ads and use a digital storefront to actually do rank and rent model. They're just not. They're not out there. Customized strategy for your personality that gets the easy yes from prospects. You do not have to be a salesperson to do this. We can teach you ways to do it using your personality, your way, getting yeses, right? And then we're going to teach you how to set up your equity deals so you're confident you're getting paid your share, and what to do if they don't pay you. It's just a part of business, right? So we're going to get our piece of the business, and if we don't, we're going to teach you how to basically take care of that, right? So we're going to teach you. Look, that's just like a little bitty fraction of what we're going to teach you in the program. What I taught this morning is a whole program in and of itself. We just keep adding to it, keep adding new information as things change. We just keep updating the program. And so we're going to teach you so much more. So simply clicking the button below this video, book a call to speak to one of our advisors, see if our training is right for you. Look, we're not wanting to bring just anybody into this. We want to make sure that we get the right people. We want people that can succeed at it. I don't want your money if you're not going to be able to succeed at this, right? If you can't do this, I don't want your money. That's not what we're about. We're about helping people, getting them into the program. So you can begin cutting digital storefront equity deals literally as early as next week. We've got some people that have got into this that have closed deals the day they got into the program. Literally. Like one guy closed 6 deals the first week he was in the program. That's unusual. It's not normal, but he did it. You know, it's kind of crazy, right? So on this call, we'll discuss your existing skill set. We're going to find out, like, what do you have? Like, have you been doing online marketing? Maybe you worked in some other industry. Maybe you've been stay-at-home mom or dad. Maybe you've never done anything online, right? We're going to talk about the responsibilities. We're going to talk about all that junk. And we're going to create a customized roadmap just for you because we want you to succeed. The whole purpose of this is for you to succeed. That's the whole purpose of this whole thing, right? So you can focus on the specific areas of the system to get the results as fast as possible while fitting it in with everything else you have going on, right? So if you've got a full-time job, you can do this. I did this while running a full-time business where I traveled almost every day of the week in a van selling safety supplies. That's what I did. And I did it at nights. I did it on the weekends, and we built a very good-sized business in a hurry doing it that way. At this point, you've watched the training, right? So you know you're interested, and it clearly means you're looking to make a change, right? You've seen the power of the DSE offer system. The ball is completely in your court. People who have struggled for years online are now achieving success with this program.
Years ago, 18, 20 years ago, whatever, I actually got a degree in marketing and advertising, and then I promptly went into ministry work. We got to a point in our lives where we were looking at wanting to do ministry work forever. We felt prompted to sell our home. We moved to a town where quite literally home prices are double. So that got me thinking about what can I do on the side. And I knew I didn't want to go back to what I did when I was newly married and, run a paper route in the morning. So I started researching online. I found a program that really made a lot of sense to me. Jumped on board with that, learned some great skills, started following Cory's training and doing a lot of things that way.
You've now got the base of 28 digital storefront sites. You're in a position now to where those sites are starting to sell, you're starting to get calls, you're starting to get leads. My guess would be at this point, you're probably making as much or more from digital storefronts as you probably make from your job, don't you? Yep. So
5 years ago when I started this journey, I tried to do it all myself. I learned what it takes to build a website, what it takes to rank a website. So I feel like I could do it all myself. but not if I want to be where I'm at. I got where I'm at because I did a lot of different things, and I had probably what everyone has, the oh shiny syndrome. You have to outsource. You have to find someone to outsource this to, because otherwise, especially if you have a full-time job like me, you've got to be up at 3 a.m. and you will put in 4 hours, and then you got to come home and put in 4 more hours if you want to build this mini site. It can be done, but it's not the lifestyle I want. That's where I turned to you guys. I had 28 sites, 20 built from you guys. And just this last couple weeks, my phone has been ringing.
Yeah, and this isn't even the season for it yet.
No,
like most of the sites that you guys have are in Utah and those markets.
Yeah, there's concrete and deck. And people are like, I want my work done. I'm like, why? It's freezing out there. But
not too long ago, you added a client and then they wanted another site. And so now you've got 2 sites going to one guy, so you're doubling your income. Those are the kinds of things that you don't expect initially, that all of a sudden you've gone from just having a couple of sites to this many sites to now you've got almost 30 sites. If you rented all of those sites right now, even at $500, I mean, you're talking $15,000 a month in income. That's not normal ministry salary kind of money.
You can go out and you can find a bunch of part-time jobs, and you can drive Uber. Those will all work. I just cannot think of another way to make money as easy. It does take time to rank a site, but if you follow a process that works, it takes a lot less time than some others. So yeah, maybe initially it'll be 2 months before your phone starts ringing, maybe.
I love the fact that we've been able to kill your wife's job. I love the fact that we've already doubled your income. And now I know that this year, man, you could double that, triple that pretty easily just with what you already have.
So you can either ignore this, continue looking for an online business model that doesn't have complex marketing systems you have to master, or allows you to enjoy healthy margins, or you can take this opportunity to book a no risk, no obligation call, simply see if the DSE offer system is right for you. Look, we just want to get the right people in the right seats on the bus, right? I don't know if you heard that analogy, but we want the right people in the right seats on the bus. And if we get the right people in there, it's going to rock. You're going to change your world. You're going to meet your goals. You're going to have financial success and time success like no other, right? So click the button below, book your call, right? It's not hard, no obligation. It's just a phone call. Talk to one of our staff. Honestly, equity deals are the holy grail of the client business, because if everything goes right, you stand to make a considerable amount of money, more than any business owner in their right mind would pay you right out of the gate, while not taking a fraction of the cost risk the business owner has. We don't have any of that risk. We don't have rent. We don't have to worry about the staff. We don't have to worry about the inventory. We don't have to worry about people showing up for business. We don't have to worry about any of that junk. We just send the lead. That's all we do. We're just the in-betweener, right? But I don't want to wait for any equity stake. I want money now, right? Maybe that's your problem. Maybe you need money today. That's why you get a small upfront fee. Making this method one of the fastest ways to put $500 to $1,000 in your hands right away. The amount of guys that we see right now landing deals and getting this upfront money is a little ridiculous. And these businesses are willing to pay it because of the way we structure the deal. It's kind of cool. Even better, in some cases, you'll have clients come back and try to negotiate flat monthly terms. The reason that they do that is because they see the amount of business coming in is quickly going to result in some huge equity checks for you. Again, remember what I told you earlier. There are guys that we have that are getting 8 to 10 grand in checks in certain niches every deal that's closed, because they're big, huge deals, right? So paying you a handsome monthly retainer is still cheaper for them than paying that other. But since they don't own the digital storefront, you own it. That's the huge difference in this business. You're in complete control. They're not, right? So you want a more stable income? Flip to a retainer. If you want it to be that way, great. Do a monthly fee, right? That's not hard. I can guarantee you they'll take it if they've been writing some bad equity checks. Or you want unlimited potential income? Stick with the equity, right? Or better still, we call it a hybrid deal, where we have a mixture of retainer and equity deals. And that way you have some stability because you've got that monthly income coming in. Plus you have unlimited potential income from those equity deals. It's huge. It's a game changer. And it's entirely up to you. You can build it the way you want it, right? But it all starts with the DSE offer system, right? We figured all that out for you to make it really simple. So click the button below, book a call with one of our advisors, see if it's right for you. But lead gen isn't new. Why would business owners be interested? Here's the thing though. Most of the lead gen guys and gals that are out there, they're only selling the leads, meaning the business owner has to pay for any lead, even if it turns out to just be a junk call, spam call, whatever it may be, right? They're paying for that lead, and that's all they're paying for. So when you come along with this particular offer, and you only want to get paid when they get business, it shows your goals are aligned with their goals. Nobody wants leads. They want to actually close business. They want closed deals. They want somebody paying them money, just like you want somebody paying you money, right? And so this offer is unreal for these business owners, and they don't expect it because nobody else is going to do that, right? Nobody else is just going to put that out there on the line, which means you must have this system to set up to generate quality leads that have the highest chance of turning into buyers. And that's a major part of the strategy we teach inside of our system. The reality is you probably have questions that are specific to you based on your circumstances, right? That I don't know what your circumstances are. We were broke when we started all this. I didn't have any enough. In fact, I literally wrote down the amount of money it was going to cost us per month, knowing that we didn't really have the money. And I showed it to my wife while I was on the phone talking to the guy of this previous program. And I was like, what do you think? Should we just go for it? She's like, yeah, if you feel good about it, let's do it. Changed our lives. We had that money back within 2 weeks. Not only that, we landed multiple clients within 2 months. And so it moved really fast for us. Thank you guys for hanging in there, watching this whole thing. Click the button. We'd love to talk to you, talk with one of our advisors about what's kind of going on, see if it's a fit for you, see if we can't change your life. And I hope to see you on the other side.
I love the idea of being able to work from home.
He gave me the opportunity through his training to see over his shoulder. We've had amazing success.
Now I've already landed my 4th and about my 5th client now in a week.
The reason why this program differs from others is they teach you how to generate leads for your business.
And so the first week I landed 2 digital storefront deals and then like a Facebook marketing deal, and it changed my income by $36K a year.
I ended up just the other day making my first sale, and not only making my first sale, but I made a second sale on the same day. And here I am 3 days later, and I just made another sale today.
I've been with Digital Storefronts from the very beginning. A lot of trainings, you don't get this level of accessibility, not only on the weekly calls, but whenever I'm stuck, I can reach out, and they are absolutely fantastic.
I don't lead with that because obviously I'm wanting to lock them in at a flat fee and you know, because I know what we do provides value. I use that as kind of like a plan B, as $500, like $500 a month, $1,000 a month. I just can't afford that right now. So then I use that as a plan B. Like, okay, I have the utmost confidence in my like what I do, and I know I'm going to get you results. So what I'll do is, instead of charging $1,000 a month, you pay the setup fee, and then we'll do 10% of revenue share for the first 3 months or 4 months or whatever I think would be a good fit. If I present that as a plan B, probably 50 to 75% when I'm actually able to pitch it